In this video, I am going to be showing you how you can work with multiple screens and multiple sheets effectively on your laptop. I got inspired to record this video when I got a comment on one of my videos where I was using an extra screen, and that would be like a desktop. In that comment, I was asked why an extra screen is necessary, and it just took me down memory lane to when I was working as a young finance person and all I had was my laptop. Sometimes the extra gears I had to work with my laptop was gotten or purchased for myself, and the organizations I worked with only provided the laptop I needed to work as a work tool. And I compared the difference between when I was using just my laptop to when I had an extra screen, and I noticed that it is just more efficient, it's easier, especially because working in the finance industry, there's a lot of files and documents to work with, lots of reviews to do, lots of authorizations to get, lots of apps to work with. So it's just much more easier when you have a separate screen, such as a desktop, that you can extend your screen. Some of us would even have up to 2-3 screens, so that it's just easier to work with different sheets and different files at the same time. However, I have realized that not everybody has provision made for a different screen, just the way I started when I was new in my career. So I'm going to be showing you different shortcuts that can work for you if you use just one laptop or just one screen to work, and it's difficult to navigate within the screens and you find yourself making a lot of errors or mistakes. This might not be your fault in some cases, just that sometimes when you have to take your eyes off the screen and go to another screen and then come back again, you tend to make a lot of mistakes, especially when you're working with numbers. So you're trying to say 635, and when you get to the other screen, you're already saying 653. It's actually very normal, and it's a mistake that can be avoided, or errors that can be avoided. So if you're ready to see shortcuts or no shortcuts that can help you to navigate through different pages easily to reduce your errors, to reduce your mistake, especially when you do not currently have provision to have a separate screen, then this video is for you. And this is not to say that if you have the opportunity to get a screen or extra desktop, you shouldn't go for it. Please go for it, because it will still make your work easier. But pending that, these are different shortcuts or different techniques that you might not be aware of that would make it easy for you to work with different sheets, different screens on one single laptop or one single screen, so that it's easy for you. I will put the question I got somewhere on the screen and how I was able to answer it. I just thought to make a more comprehensive video here for people that have not been able to get or are not opportune to get a desktop yet, so that pending when you get one, you can work with these shortcuts. And if you try out all of these shortcuts and techniques and it works for you, then voila, you don't need to get an extra desktop or an extra screen. So if you're ready to see how it works, how to work efficiently, and how to manage your workload by being efficient and by saving time, then let's delve into today's video. Before we do that, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, this is the best time to subscribe, because you'll be learning a lot, and this is going to be like a series that will continue if I see that it's something that you want to learn more about. So if there are any other thing that you want to know, especially in relation to working with different screens or working on Excel, because I'm going to also be touching Excel on some of the shortcuts I'll be sharing today, feel free to mention it in the comment section below. If you want me to show you how to use a particular formula or technique on Excel, I know well about it, then I'll add it to the videos I'll be making for this series. There's going to be a playlist as well that you can easily get all the videos that I'll put together about working efficiently, especially in the workplace. So if you've not subscribed, hit the subscribe button now. Do not hesitate to turn on the notification bell. Feel free as well to share my videos and engage with me, as I will be elated to engage with you as well. Alright guys, let's get to work. Welcome back, guys. My name is Veronica, and the next thing you'll be seeing will be my screen, where I'll be showing you the different ways that you can work efficiently, especially when you're using one laptop or one screen to work with different files, apps, or documents. It's just going to help you be more productive, more efficient, and to reduce errors to the barest minimum. I have just a single screen in front of me, so I'm going to show you how I can work with multiple files, and then I'll touch Excel a bit. So I'm doing the general type if you're working with different documents, and then I'll do Excel. So if you use Excel as well, that would help you. But going forward, if you want me to focus on Excel, trainings, formulas, and things you want to know, then let me know and I'll do videos on that. But today is going to be a mix of both working with different files, documents on a single screen, and also working with Excel on a single screen, shortcuts, techniques, and tips that can help you to be efficient while you use them. Okay, so I'm going to show you my screen now. I would advise that you pick up your laptop and work with me as you watch, because the file I'm going to be using is just a random file. You would understand when I show you, so you can just make something arbitrary and work with it as well. I have a couple of documents and files opened down here. I have this, I have that, I have Excel files open. This is a PowerPoint file, this is a Zoom document, these are documents, Word documents. So I'm going to just imagine that I am working for an organization. I have to open a lot of files, which I have some examples here, down here. So I'm going to be showing you how you can easily navigate through these files without having to sweat, so that it's easier. The first one would be Windows and Tab. I let my finger rest on Windows for as long as I want. So I only tapped on Tab once, so that I can remain in this view or this way. So one thing you can do is to hover around with your mouse and just pick the file you want to work with, rather than doing it the traditional way. I'm going to release this now and show you what I mean. I release this now. Doing it the traditional way of looking for what you want, I come here and then I come here again. I start looking. Some of you will have more than these 9 files showing here, and then you try to scroll through and look for what you're looking for. One thing you can just do is to click on Windows and Tab, and then you can have everything down. You can even see the history documents you've worked with before, and it's just easy for you to tap on what you want. And if, for example, if it is this Excel file I'm looking for, I just tap on it and it brings me there. Another easy way to navigate within the files will be Alt and Tab. You remember that when we clicked on Windows and Tab, there was no major way of navigating rather than just using your mouse to hover around and search. But if you use the Alt and Tab instead, it will give you the same documents. So it's just going to be documents that you're working with. But instead of using your mouse, which is an option, you can then use the Tab button. If you click on the Tab button, it will be going through all of the files that you have. Okay, and you'll come back up again. Remember, your finger should still be on the Alt button. The Alt button down while you do what I'm doing. So rather than using the tab, which is an option, another option would be to use the arrows. That's the arrow to the side, arrow down, arrow to the right, to the left, and up. And when you get to the document that you're looking for, you release your Alt button and it takes you there. Okay, so it's just like me working on 3 different files, and then I come this way, I go to, I need this now, and then I do some adjustments, and then I do Alt and Tab again. I use my arrow down, I come to book 1. You see how fast it is, rather than coming down here to search and search. Just keep your files open, click on Alt, click on Tab. You can use the tab to tap, 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 and it takes you through. When you get to the one that you need, you release your Alt button, or you can use the arrow right side as in right and left, arrow down as well, and then when you get to what you're looking for, you release your Alt button. Okay, so this is a way that we can navigate through files easily, and it makes your work really fast and efficient. Still on this Alt and Tab, if you're working with just 2 files, the last 2 files you open, you can easily navigate between those 2 files by just clicking Alt and Tab. Alt and Tab. You remember that I initially picked this Excel file, and then when I used the Alt and Tab again, I picked this
simple Gantt chart file. So if these are the only two files I'm working on, but I need an information from the last file, which is this Excel file. Probably I need this role or number. Just do Alt and Tab and it takes you directly there. You don't have to come to Excel down here and start looking where is the file book one. Oh, this is the one. I click on it. I look for what I am looking for. As long as it's the last two files that you opened, do Alt and Tab. If I change the last two files to be, let's say, display document screen, okay, and I'm like, okay, I need this to read, bonds, valuation, bonds yield, okay, I need this to copy this. If you do Alt and Tab, this is your initial file, but this will now be your second file. That's the file that you open last. If you do Alt and Tab, you navigate between just those two files. I hope this makes sense, okay? So you can use Alt and Tab to navigate through. But the last two files that you worked on, if you want to just navigate through them, just do the Alt and Tab and it takes you there. Alt and Tab and it takes you here. Alt and Tab and it brings you. So if you're working with just two files, it's easier. And if you want to change the two files, over to the next files, over to those files, make them your last two files, and you can navigate between them by just doing Alt and Tab. Make sure that you keep the Alt down and tap and tab. This might sound quite complicated, but trust me, it's not complicated. You can only know how to work with it if you practice. Okay, so please be sure to bring out your laptops, your desktops, your screens, and practice what I'm telling you. And trust me, as you try to work on them in the future, you get used to them, and it's just part of you. It makes you more efficient, and it's easier for you to navigate between files. So that ends this first technique. Let's move on to the second technique. This is when you want to see multiple screens at the same time while you are working. You can do it in different ways. Let me show you the drag and drop one first. For example, if I want to work with two different files at the same time, Excel files, I can just pick up this document by putting your mouse on it, and then you're able to, take it around like this. Move it to the side a bit. When you move it, you can see that there is an outline, a gray area that you can drop the file into, and it remains there. Let's do that again now. Pick it up, take it to the side a bit. You see this gray area that you can release the file into. So I'm going to take out my finger from my mouse, and then it stays. So if you want to put the second file, you can pick one from here and do the same, because it has assumed automatically that you want to work with the second file by the side. So when I clicked on it, it came on here. So this is book 2 and this is book 1. So you can actually work with these files at the same time and look at it, compare figures, rather than always coming here to change or doing the Alt tab, and navigating through back and forth. You can just work with them side by side, and it's easier. So you say, oh, the sum is 170. I think I'll just put the sum here as my summary. Come here and do summary. I'll come here and say, let's work with this. Let me copy this and paste here, and come here and paste. Right, I'm pasting as values as well, so that I don't copy the formatting there, and then you do your own format. See how that works. Like you can work side by side, and it's easier. If you're a bit confused, I would advise that you take this video back and slow it down a bit. There's a way you can slow down the pace of the video in your YouTube setting and watch it again, okay? So I'm going to take this out, and then I'll do it one more time, but this time around, I'll make it into 4 sections, okay? So the first thing I'll do is to pick like just tap on it. You can also use your laptop mouse control. I have an external mouse, but I can put my hand on my laptop mouse control, and it does the same thing. To pick it up, you have to hold down the left side of your mouse control, and then use your other hand to navigate through it. You can see that I've picked it up now. Shift it to the corner. Now I want to make it 4 now, not 2, right? So shift it to the far corner, and it has gone up. Now, if you want this one to also be at the far corner, shift it to the far corner, because I want it to be 4 now, yeah? So shift it to the far corner, yeah? And then you pick another one to make it 4. Okay, let's say you want to work with this inventory list, right? So this is the inventory list. I'll shift it down to the bottom corner here and use it. And then I pick the last one to be. So this is actually not easy to work with, because it has really shrunk documents. You can hardly see what is there. But just in case you want to make it 4, it works. If you also want to make it 3, you can do that as well. So I can minimize this, and then I take this one again and shift it to the side. Let's do that again. Did you see that? So you can work with this file, this one file is here. And they are all totally different files. You can just work with them. Sometimes you need to see while you input on another file this work, and it makes your work just easy. Do you understand? So please try it and let me know if it works, or if you want me to explain better on another video. If there's something else you want me to explain better, that's fine. Another thing you can do is to actually manually drag down and extend. So if you probably made it into this corner and you want it to be the whole side, just drag it down. And that's it. You can also adjust, make one bigger than another. See, I'll shift it. And it's not equal. This is smaller, this is bigger. Maybe because you want to work on this more than this, you just want to view this. The aim is to have your sheets side by side so that it's easier for you to work with them. I hope this makes sense, okay? So let's go to the next technique or shortcuts that you can use to work with different files at the same time so that you are more efficient at work. So I'm just going to minimize all of this. Now we can go to the next one. The next one will be on Excel. You know, this one was like just working with different documents. If it was just Excel I used as an example, don't get confused. You can use it for different documents. So let's do it for Word. This is Word. I take it to the side and that's it. This is another Word document here. Do I have another Word document? I'm not sure. I can open one. I say Word document, so I can do Control N for a new file, and then I come here and put it by the side. Yeah, so it works for Word as well, so don't get confused. But the one I'm going to go to now would be only on Excel. So I'll show you how you can split your screen on Excel. So let's come here, maximize this. Right. So please don't get confused. It's really simple. Take your time, practice, do it as I'm saying it, and reduce the speed of my video and watch it as many times as possible until you get it. But if you have questions, I'm very happy to answer them. Another video or to reply your comment, okay? So feel free to practice as much as you can and ask as many questions as you can. So the next one will be to split screen on Excel. For example, if you're working with, see how long this file is, and because you cannot see it all at a glance, all you can see is 20 rows and A to P, Q column, okay? Just A to P or Q, okay? You can't really see everything at a glance. It might be very tedious working around that. What you can do is to split your screen. You can split your screen by row. You want to split it by row, put in your cell here on one of the cells on the row, yeah, the row, one of the cells there, and come to View and look for split. You can see that this is a split here. Divides the window into different panes that easily scrolls separately. So click on that. You can see that this is the same thing as this. If you can see what I'm doing. This is the same number, this is the same number, this is the same, this is the same. Just that you can see it at a glance, okay? So if you're working on this, for example, you scroll down to the end and you still need to see what is at the top of this same sheet, this can be useful for you to view the bottom and just work with the top. Whatever I change here at the bottom to, let's say 20, change it as well below, okay? So let's just do that. I did a shortcut to go back down and this, yeah. And if you also want to split by column, that is very possible. So I'm going to take this split out by clicking on the split again, and so that goes off. It becomes one file now. If you want to split by column, come to the first cell on that column and split. Just click on split, go to view, look for split and split. But if it's by row, you want to unsplit, you click on split again and it will take off the split as long as it is splitted. But if you want to split a row, come to the first cell on that row and split. Take note, however, that your split will occur on the top of the cell that you have chosen. Okay, if I unsplit here and come to my column as well, it comes on the left of the column that you are splitting. Okay, so another thing to note is that you can split into 4. Before I do that, let's come here and I'll show you how the column works. So it's the same file as well. You can see column A is the same as column A, just that it's easy for you to, you have a different scroll pane and you have a different scroll pane on the other side. So it's just easier for you to work with these 2 sheets on Excel. Now, let's unsplit this. If you want to split into 4, I told you if you want to split your column, that has to be the first cell of the column. Also, you can take the old column, and just split. It works, okay? But one thing you can do is to just come on a random cell on that column, because it's going to split it into 4, assuming that you want to split this side out and this side out. Let me take that again. If you come to any random cell, it splits it into 4 because it's going to split both the row and the column. So that's why it has to be the first cell of the row or the old row for the row split. If you come to a random cell and do split, it's going to split it into 4. That means it's going to split the top row and the left column side. So you have 4 different ones. Does that make sense? I believe it does. So please practice, practice, practice. So you can see 4 different views. If you come here, this is a different view. If you come here, this is a different view. Okay? So guys, you can work with one screen and work with it efficiently without errors. Okay? I have a final one for you. So let's go back to the sheet for us. And that will take me to the final technique or method or tip for you to navigate within different sheets and different documents. And this one should be on Excel. If you have so many sheets, just like I have on my work file, this is a file but with different sheets, summary, raw data, procedure, notes, all of that. All you can do, instead of just clicking and clicking, I know because there's even more here, you can click on this and keep searching and looking. Rather than do that, you can just come to any of the arrow here and click, and it will show you a list of the files that you're working with, and you can just easily click on that file and it takes you, that sheet, not file, the sheet itself under this main file. So you can click on that sheet and it will take you. That makes it really easy for you rather than trying to scroll through here. And this one works as well, saying that if you have so many sheets that extends into this particular pane down here, you can click and you see a list of everything. So you can just see at a glance the exact sheet that you want, and you double click on it and it takes you right to that sheet. I challenge you now to try this out and let's see how easy it will be, or if you know it already, let me know in the comment section. Just tell me, Veronica, it's super easy. Why are you bringing this easy stuff to us? Challenge us with tougher stuff. Challenge us with more challenging things on Excel. I will be glad to hear that. Let me know, was this easy? Do you want me to do more of this? Do you have any question in mind when you're trying any of this tip or technique or shortcuts? Let me know and then I'll answer your questions. Feel free to reach out to me through the comment section or through any contact below, especially my email, and I'll answer your questions at my earliest convenience.
That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. I've been able to share with you some very useful tips, techniques, and shortcuts that will help you, especially if you work in the finance industry. I'm sure other people working in other industries might benefit from this, but from my own perspective as a finance professional, I am very certain that it will work for you if you are also in the finance profession. So let me know if you found this useful, and let me know if you want me to elaborate more on any of the things I have touched. If you also have new approaches, formulas on Excel, or other issues that you deal with while working with your files or Excel or documents, let me know in the comment section below and I'll be very happy to pick it up and do a tutorial so that it can be much more easier for you. Remember, we're here to learn and we're here to always develop ourselves without criticism, without judgment. If you are too shy to put your comment on, you can send me a mail. I have all of my contact details in the description box below. And let us start getting better and efficient at our work. That being said, this is where I will end the video for today. Be sure again to subscribe, be sure to share, be sure to give me a thumbs up, be sure to comment, be sure to engage with me, and I will be very glad that you have done all of this. See you all in my next video. Bye guys.